fam, welcome back to That Family 5. Welcome. If you are new to this channel, my name is Atoya. I am the wife and mother of this family. I hope everybody had a happy Mother's Day. Today we will be doing Ezekiel's hair, and throughout the video I'll be giving out some tips on how we take care of her hair.
Tell me to confess. I don't know what to say, what to do, how to make you see. This is nothing in real life, it might just have been a bad dream.
Alright, so during this video today I'll be giving y'all some tips on how I do my children's hair. Today we are doing Ezekiel's hair, my 9-year-old. And when I do her hair, I use lots of water and lots of moisturization. So today I have my leave-in conditioner from Cream of Nature. It's a leave-in activator type thing. It's like separated in the bottle, and so you shake it up to activate, and then you spray it on the hair. I use that anytime I manipulate her hair, because if you actually manipulate African American hair when it's dry, you can actually break it and damage it. So I use that, and then I finger detangled, and then I go ahead and comb it down with a wide tooth comb to get all the tangles out before we go and wash, because I want to get all the dead hair out. You have to remember, she stays in protective styles, so with that being said, I have to be able to get all the dead hair out before I go and wash her hair. So that's what we're doing today, and she looks so cute right there. That's why I just wanted to, she's just the cutest.
Too soon to say I'm fine. Oh, I don't know what to say, what to do, how to make.
So as you can see, as I'm untwisting, I am also detangling it with my fingers, and I'm detangling it with a wide tooth comb, and then I am twisting it bigger sections back. This is just to make sure I keep her hair sectioned off before we go and wash her hair. I like to be able to do that just because it's a little easier to keep the hair that is already untangled out of the way. Alright, so around this time I'm starting to finish up, and so I'm going to put her hair into a ponytail. I think we left to go somewhere and came back, and then I washed her hair. So here we are.
Could be my salvation out here.
Alright, and we're back. So I washed her hair, and so now what I'm going to do is go ahead and continue using the leave-in conditioner. I had a regular conditioner, then I do a leave-in conditioner, and then I start to part and put her hair into different parts depending on what type of style I'm doing for her hair. So that way, when I start braiding, her hair is out of the way.
I know people use the hair clips. I use hair bands to put around, and these are bands that are very good for the hair. It doesn't pull on the hair.
I'm bad and I know it. If I could just be a little better, maybe you could be my salvation out of here. Ooh, I can get it off, we are never done. I'm Juliet, baby, you are like the sun. Pour out your love, fill me to the top. Let me hear the champagne burst and pop.
That good old Blue Magic, and then we got some good old Shine and Jam. Let's Jam extra hold for her hair. Yes, old school stuff.
Burst and pop. Summer days, they will be over soon. Nothing else could get me and you. Let's just sleep beneath the big blue moon. Yeah, yeah. Summer days, they will be over soon. Nothing else could be like me and you. Let's just stay beneath the big blue moon. Yeah, yeah. I can get it off, we are never done. I'm Juliet, baby, you are like the sun. Pour out your love, fill me to the top.
And so now we're on to braiding. So I did 3 sections of her hair and I started to braid. So normally how you braid, you take 3 sections from the top, and then as you braid coming down, you add hair to your braid. And that's how you do a cornrow or a French braid. I don't do French braids because I don't know how to do them. My hands don't work that way. My hands work as doing cornrows, which is weird, right? Yeah, I know. But that's how my hands work.
Go, whatever, Ziki. You
I don't remember the intro. I don't remember the intro. I love them. I love them.
And now that you're gone,
So I know most people like to dry hair before they braid it. I like for my children's hair to be air dry as I'm braiding it. So her hair is still moisturized and still slightly damp and wet. But what happens with it is it's going to air dry. Regardless of what's going on, it's going to hair dry. And I like for it to be like that because then towards the, as the braid is drying, it tightens up just a little bit and it gets a little cleaner part for me. So that's why I like to do it that way. And then at the end of the braid, I always do a finger coil down at the end just to make sure it stays for me.
moving on, seeing it all in a whole new light. Thinking of reasons to make it all be alright. And now that you're gone, I'm thinking about old times. I've waited so long for this to be
So if y'all could help me out with something, I'm actually trying to find a different way of organizing my hair supplies. I do have 2-3 drawer containers that have different things in them, but I'm trying to find a better and sleeker way to organize them. Please remember that I do have 3 girls with 3 different types of textures of hair, and so this is why we have so many different products. I also have a different texture of hair, plus I am locked, and so does my mom. So these are all the heads that I do, so I just want to know if anybody could help.
I'm a little bit naughty. I'm a little bit too
So the process that I use is that I put the blue magic on the part, well, I part the part, and then I put the blue magic on the part, and then I put the Let's Jam on the part. And as I'm braiding, I put the Let's Jam and the blue magic on the braid.
crazy. It's been days, but you never change. What's love got to do with it? He comes around, better knock that stuff down. Come a little bit closer. Yeah, yeah. Come a little bit closer. Yeah. To all my ladies who got a brother that doesn't treat them right, put your finger right in his face and tell that man bye-bye. I'm too fly. I'm too fly. Bye-bye. 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 You're a little bit selfish. You get mad every time you lose. You can't take me with you.
So let's slow down. So you see I got 3 pieces. So one goes, the left side go under, and then the right side go over, and then you just start alternating in the middle, go over once you do that way. And then you just alternate, and as you alternate, you pick up here with your thumb and your pincher finger as you come back around. So that way you can grab hair, and that's how you do a cornrow. Nice and slowly. I just wanted to show this part because I know some people have a hard time. I think I'm actually going to do a tutorial on how I actually braid on one of the girls' hair, just so it can be, you know, taught. You got to make sure the hair is not too tight, because if it's too tight, you can cause hair breakage, and you can cause bumps in their hair, and it's not good. It's not a good look for them to be that tight. But you do want it taut so it can stay for a while. Once again, I'm sectioning out the part, and I'm parting it right here. And when I pull gently, I'm doing it slowly because I know throughout the video it looks like I'm being heavy-handed and rough-handed, but I'm not. I'm just being as gentle as I can with her hair.
That doesn't treat them right. Put your finger right in his face and tell that man bye-bye. I'm too fly.
And now we start back with the other braid. Once again, split it into 3. Left hand go over, right hand go under, middle piece go over again.
That's how you spell goodbye. U-G-L-I. You'll never see me cry. U-G-L-I. That's how you spell it. Bye-bye. 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 I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time.
And so throughout the time, she'll probably have this style for about 2 to 3, maybe 4 weeks if I'm being a little lazy. But throughout the time that she's having this protective style in her hair, I have this miracle oil that I put in her scalp. And I do that about every other day just to make sure that her scalp stays nice and moisturized and that her hair stays moisturized. And at nighttime, she uses a bonnet to keep the moisturization in. But throughout the day, I try to make sure that my children keeps the bonnet off their head. Because we are in the times that we are in, keeping a bonnet on your head can actually cause more damage to your head than most people think. Your hair does not get the air that it needs, and then with the constant friction on your edges, it can cause your hair to thin out and fall out. So just some tips I want to tell you about.
Wait and see if it's worth your while. So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me break it. You're sweet. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you would do anything that I want. So keep us awake till the dawn. Ooh, baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me.
So Ziki likes to have bangs. So up here, I'm just doing a flat twist, 2-strand flat twist on the top of her hair so she can take it out and have a bang, and there'll be a picture of that at the end.
Just take a hint, you got a free pass. Oh, try to hide it, but you had me from the get-go. Let me be frank, I'm not that complicated. If you need me, what's the use of playing games? No, there's no denying what we want. Just watch me break it. You're sweet. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you would do anything that I want. So keep us awake till the dawn. Baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me.
It's time to add some beads. So she wanted some black beads. So I have the crochet needle. This is a very small crochet needle that I have to put the beads on. So I put the hair in the eye and then I clip it. And then I pull the beads up. So there's 4 beads on there, and then it goes up. And then I put the 5th bead on and then wrap the rubber band around it.
I wanna make you sweat on me.
You and I till the end, don't need to pretend again and again. We'll stick together.
So please understand that this is a process that I do, and it takes about 3 to 4 hours depending on the day from beginning to end. So I do have to do so forearms, hands, and finger stretching just to keep my fingers from hurting so bad at the end.
You can make me laugh when I wanna cry. In a world gone mad, we're on an all-time high. And it wouldn't be the same without you.
So we are now ending this video. I want to thank y'all so much for watching this video, and if you haven't yet, please consider to join the fam and click that subscribe button and ring that bell for future notifications. I'm just taking some pictures of her hair and seeing how healthy it looks, and see with that little bantu knot on the top. She looks so cute. And then this the pictures at the end, and then the very last picture is a couple days after with her bang hanging out. We want to thank you so much for watching our video. We love y'all very much. Thank you for support, and we will see you on the tube.